How you guys doing today? Mark Franks here. Guys, today I'm going to review Elgato's Stream Deck. All right, so this is a very interesting device because it's like the ultimate shortcut gadget here, guys. And some of you may need this device. Some of you may not need this device. And some of you may not know that you actually do need this device. And hopefully after this review, you'll have a better idea of the functionality of the Stream Deck and you can kind of make your decisions based off of that. But this is a great device. These 15 keys here, guys, you can do a lot with this device, guys. This was originally made for streamers, but you know, I'm a non-streamer. So is this device beneficial for non-streamers? It definitely is. Guys, the things that you can do with this device, how you can program this is kind of just left up to the imagination. You can really program this that can really help you out with your applications and your programs, and you can become that much more productive in what you do. I mean, the complexities that you can do with this thing, and it's actually very simple. You can go very simple or you can go very complex. This thing can do it all. All right, and today I have a lot to cover here. I'm gonna give you like a full bird's eye view. I'll go in detail of what this thing can do so you guys have a better understanding of the Stream Deck. All right, let's go ahead and get started, guys. Let's do it. All right, so the Stream Deck, this little thing right here, the Stream Deck. Now this has 15 keys, and you know, when you first look at it, you know, it looks pretty futuristic. It's kind of, when you put everything together, it kind of looks like a little triangle prison. All right, it has a USB-C cord right here. This will go inside. This will plug into the Stream Deck just like this. And it has the little stand. And on the bottom of the stand, you see that turned on instantly. And on the bottom of the stand, it has some rubber, so this is not moving. When it all connects, it'll look just like this, connected. Now, the cord that goes into your computer, I have it in my Mac Mini back here. That's a USB outlet that goes into my Mac Mini. All right, so this is what it looks like. And again, it looks futuristic, guys. It's a good looking device. Now, what can this do? So the Stream Deck is kind of like the ultimate shortcut. You can create all kind of shortcuts. Again, it was made for streamers, so streamers can use these to create shortcuts for, you know, if they're on Twitch or something, for their view count. They want to create an ad, they can have an ad, they can do sound effects. They can do a lot of things where they have to search or navigate through their mouse. They can just press it at the snap or the quickness of a button. So originally made for streamers, you know, Twitch, YouTube, Discord, usually made for streamers / gaming. It's just a whole bunch of shortcuts that you can program into your keys. Now, me being a non-streamer, how would I use this? Well, again, you program shortcuts. So you create shortcuts. If you're a person that uses a lot of shortcuts on your computer, or if you're a person that hates shortcuts and you have them on the list, you know, you have PowerPoint, Excel, Word, you have all these little shortcuts, hotkeys and everything that you always have to remember. Some people even have big mouse pads with all the hotkeys on there they have to always remember. But if you have this, you don't have to do that anymore. You can just program all those shortcuts in there, and then you can do what you need to do. You can do your functions at the snap of a button just by pressing your button. And I'm going to show you that a little bit here today, but it's crazy the things that you can do with this. You can create multi-functions with this. So a multi-function action, so when you press one button, it does multiple things. Or you can put your bookmarks into one folder, and it has a lot of just different plugins that you can get from the Elgato website where you can just add just different functions. And I'll go over that here really briefly, you know, how I did mine. You can highly customize this thing. You know, on my next page, I got a couple little animations going here, which is actually pretty cool. You can make your own little icon here. It's actually really good. And the function is, when you press it, it's very quick. All right, when you want to pull up a page here, you can press it. You can use it as bookmarks, guys. So if you have a bunch of bookmarks on your desktop or on your computer here, you can program them into this Stream Deck here. And if you're looking for something, you can just go ahead and push it. All right, so if you're at work or you have a bunch of different folders and bookmarks and you're always trying to search them, you can kind of organize it in this Stream Deck, maybe just a little bit more, I guess, cleaner, and then press the button and you're ready to go. All right, you can use this for just different programs such as Photoshop. You can use it for a shotcut. All right, you can use this for many different video programs, wavelength, sound programs, Fruity Loops, anything where you have hotkeys and you want to make it easier. And a lot of those programs, you have to remember a lot of hotkeys if you want to be as efficient. Well, with this device, you can be a lot more efficient because it's faster. So if you program this well, you'll be that much more efficient. So it kind of depends on how you program it. Now, some of the plug links that's on the website, they're programmed themselves. So I think there's a plug link, there's a Photoshop plug link, it's programmed itself, and it'll give you all the little hotkeys or the most important hotkeys. You can download it to the device. All right. So speaking of downloading this to the device, what if you want to just take this to a different computer where you can export or save your settings? All right, you can save your settings, and then when you go to a different computer, all right, then you'll go ahead and download the Elgato app, and then you can import what you saved. All right, so you can save your settings, and then you can go ahead and import. You can save it on a drive or something, then import what you save, so you always have the same settings. Because one thing you don't want to do, I would recommend that you're going to create a backup copy, because one thing you don't want to do is lose all your settings and you lose all your hard work, because you can really program this thing. This thing can be highly programmed, and you don't want to lose all the information that you did. I mean, it can control a lot of different things. There's some newer Stream Decks where you have knobs on there and control different things when you're doing video editing. You're changing the saturation, you're color coding things, and this just makes it a lot easier. All right, so in a second here, I'm gonna go over a few things that I have going on here. All right, and you can also do some smart home integrations. Now, I haven't created any smart home integrations. Again, I'll probably create that in some future videos, just showing you guys a little bit more what this can do. But with a smart home, it can turn on the light. If you're using if this, then that program, that opens you up for many more smart home applications where you can probably open your garage or press a button and it flicks on your computer who's at the front door. You can make all kind of different things happen in your house at the push of a button. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it real fast. I'm gonna show you my interface, and hopefully, after you seeing this, you're probably like, you know what, this may work for me. Maybe I can make my workplace or what I do a little bit more efficient, a little bit easier. Now, if you're the type of person who have a lot of hotkeys, on Microsoft Word, PowerPoint and all that, you have that memorized in your head, you know what? Keep it in your head. Don't get this, just keep it in your head. If you have it memorized and you're quick with it, you have all the functions, you have the copy paste and all that memorized, then I would suggest and you're not using many different programs, I would suggest you just use your mind, just use the power of your mind. But if you have a lot going on, you have a lot hot codes you have to remember, you have different applications you have to remember, then this can really help, guys. This can really help. It's almost a no-brainer. All right, it's almost a no-brainer. But if you can remember all these hotkeys and everything you have going, just use your mind. All right, just use your mind. But let's go ahead and get into the interface that I've set up here. I'll explain that just a little bit to you. All right, guys, so real quick, I'm gonna show you how I customize my Stream Deck. Now, the setup process is fairly easy. Just go ahead and go to elgato.com and download the Stream Deck interface app. So after you download that app, whether it's on Windows or Mac, just download that app, then go ahead and plug this device in here. Once you plug it in, your computer will recognize it, and then whatever you do on that, just open up that Stream Deck app that you just downloaded, and whatever you do on that app, it will convert in real time on this device. So whatever you do on that application, that Stream Deck interface application, you'll see it in real time on this Stream Deck device. So whatever changes you make on the computer will be made here. All right, so these first 9 keys, I didn't really change, but you can change. You can have your Stream Deck any way that you want it. But these first 9 keys, I kind of left them the same. You go ahead and click on apps here. I think I've added like 1 or 2, but these are just, essentially apps starting your different browsers. You got Safari, Chrome, Windows Find, not Windows Mac. I think there's the Find button. You have Firefox, you have your mail, FaceTime, messaging, notes. So I just left these on here. You can add more, but you can take this off completely and put whatever you want. Just for startup browsers. So I can go back, has the exit button here. And then you have links here, and I didn't really do much here. I think I added YouTube. So this is just, now you can create your own separate folder for your bookmarks. All right, you can create your own separate folder and put a bunch of your bookmarks in, but you know, these are essentially bookmarks. All right, and you see some of these websites, it'll automatically grab the graphics that corresponds with those websites. So I do like that. But if it doesn't grab the graphics, it'll probably be a generic key, but you can also design that key. All right, you can design it from the default, from the interface, or you can go online, go to Elgato and design it there. All right, but these took it, the graphic here, it took it from the website. All right. So these are just, I just left these here. These are just bookmarks. You can make more of these. You can essentially make folders called bookmarks to be a little bit more organized. All right, you have the screenshots here. This is just going to be some hotkeys, and so you can just trigger hotkeys and make it a multifunctional hotkey, where it does one thing and then it does something else. Or you can just have a simple hotkey for your computer. I got the volume up, the mute, volume down, volume up. Now the fun things about this is, here, this is my CPU usage, so I can see if I'm using a lot with my CPU. And this may be very beneficial to you guys. It's at real time. Right now I'm using 17, 16, 17%. So if you're using a lot and you really need to know, some people, you know, you have to, if you're using Windows, you got to go into Control Alt Delete and see what your usage is, but it's right here, right in your face. I love that it'll give you your CPU usage. All right, I like this also. This is a stopwatch. If I need to really buckle down and really focus for like 10 minutes, I can just press this button and it'll start counting down. I can pause it by pressing the button again, or I'll just hold it down and it'll restart. I do like that. All right, stocks. I haven't really programmed this yet, but I put this here. If you want, you have your favorite stock that you want to appear here, you can go ahead and place it here. You can do a little API for that, and it'll display your favorite stock. I found that pretty cool. Another thing, you can have the weather here. I think this reinitializes every 10 minutes. It gives you the weather. All right, so that's actually pretty cool. So I don't have to go searching. I had it automatically. I have it on this LCD screen. And I put the tabs here. This is when I'm online. I can just open up a new window tab. You know, I don't have to do it with my mouse. I have it here. I have it really quick. I can open up a new Windows tab. Now, this is a second page, and I went all the way. I think you can create up to 10 pages here, but right now I just have 2 pages, and I'm going to show you here. These are the folders that you can create. Now, essentially what you can do is you can go on the marketplace or Elgato marketplace, and you can look for plugins. There's a ton of stuff, a ton of free plugins there. There's some paid plugins, and there's free GIF icons there and animations. And there's some screensavers. I have a really cool screensaver that I use here, but some of them are free and some of them you have to pay, but I think most of them are free here. But for the PowerPoint, this one I did get off of the marketplace, but I created a folder for PowerPoint. So guys, again, if you're using PowerPoint and you have a bunch of hotkeys or shortcuts that you want to try to make it simple or simplify it, you can just put it in your Stream Deck machine. So I'm going to click on PowerPoint now, and these are all the little shortcuts that I can do with PowerPoint, guys. Play a video, play a slideshow. You can do a lot more. I don't know exactly what every one of these little hotkeys are, because I'm showing you guys this for demonstration, but there's a lot going on here, and I'm sure you can add more. All right, so then you have Word here, and I added a few for Word, you know, just copy, paste, undo, save, bold, and select all. But you can, whatever you use the most, you can just program it. And it's a simple program, guys. The Elgato interface app, you just bring it over. You'll bring it over to the left, and then it'll be watching, or it'll wait for you to put the hotkey trigger in, and then it'll remember and save that trigger, and you can just save it as copy, paste, undo. So it's actually very intuitive how you can set this up. And I think this will be a game changer if you're really using Word a lot, or have a bunch of codes here, a bunch of hotkeys. I think it'll be actually very easy for you. Here's Excel as well. I don't think I saw Excel on the marketplace for free. But it doesn't have to be free. You can make it yourself, whatever. I'm not sure if it also does the macros, but whatever hotkeys, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of hotkeys in Excel, whatever you can use here. You have open, undo, redo, select all, format. You can insert, But now you can do this with the push of a button instead of using your mouse to try to find everything. So I think Excel will be very important if you're in Excel every day. You can create some crazy hotkeys and have hotkeys for days, and it'll make your job just that much more easier. Let's go ahead and go back. All right, so I got some animation. You can get some animations from the marketplace, so you can have every one of your keys animated. That's actually pretty cool. But I have smart home integrations here, and I said I didn't have anything hooked up with a smart home, but you can use, they got a bunch of different programs. I think they got Hue, Philips, they got IFTTT here. You have home animation, and have a bunch of different other animations. So you can make things turn off. You can move your blinds. You can do all kind of things with these smart home integrations, and you can do that with the press of a button. I know sometimes it's easy if you have Alexa or Google, you can say it with your voice, but if you're working at your desk and you don't feel like talking, or you can just push a button, and if you want this specific light to turn off, or you want something else to happen in your house, it makes it that much more easier and efficient. Let's go back. All right, we have OBS. That's just going to be for mostly for streaming our video, our screen recording. And right here, that integration was on the marketplace, and I have that animation. So I push this. It has a bunch of these little buttons here, guys, a bunch of shortcuts that you can have with the OBS. So if you just check and see if your program's in the marketplace on the plugins, and if it's not, you can just create it yourself. All right, I have a bunch of little fun keys here. Yeah, I put a bubble here. So if I press the button, you can hear a bubble. It got take out the trash. It can remind you when to take out your trash. I was playing around with this, and maybe I didn't put the times in right. It didn't remind me, so I got to really play around with that. But I think that'll be extremely useful for reminders. You have your Apple controls here. I believe I got this from the store. I press play, and it'll start playing music. Let me go ahead and loud it up. So I haven't played music. I just have to play and the pause on here right now. So when I press it, it'll pause. But you can have it go to the next track. I think if you're playing a game or if you're doing something else, it's much easier just to press this button instead of just minimizing your game or minimizing what you're doing. I'm going and pause that. Then you have a water. I like this little button. So they have some little cool triggers that you can get from the marketplace. This button will tell me when I need water. It'll like a little exclamation point mark or some type of red mark will come on here when I need the water, and then I'll have to push the button to trigger it. All right, then I have the clock here, and that's actually pretty cool. I'll know what time it is. And then another thing is you have the multi-function. So this is cool. So with the multi-functions here this is a multi-function button, and obviously any button here, guys, you can customize. This multi-function button, what it'll do is this pulled up PowerPoint, but it also on my screen, it pulled up PowerPoint. So it pulls up the application, but it'll also pull up all the hotkeys that's associated with that application. That's the way I program it. So if I go ahead and close this, and what I do is, and I'll go ahead and go back here. I'll go back into my second page. Right now it's off, but if I go back and press this multi-function button here, then it'll pull up the PowerPoint. Pressed it, and it pulled up the PowerPoint just that quickly, and then it pulled up the hotkeys for that PowerPoint. So you can essentially do that for every app. So that's how you do that. Just a quick little synopsis of the things that you can do with the Stream Deck device. All right. So what I recommend the Stream Deck. Well, if you are a worker and you use many different programs and you have many applications to remember, and within these applications, you have a lot of hotkeys. If you're using Excel, you're using a lot of, because Excel has a lot of different functions, and you can program different functions in this device. But just any other, if you're doing heavy editing and you need things snappy, you need things to be done quick, so you don't have to remember as many functions, you don't have to remember as many hotkeys. All right, if you're doing photography, if you're doing all those things where it takes a lot, and sometimes you have to go to a certain place to look at different hotkeys to remember something, then this can really help you out. All right, I will recommend purchasing this and seeing if it helps you out, see if it makes your work a little bit more efficient and a little bit faster. But if you are a person who, you have all your bookmarks on your computer and you think you can get to them quick enough and you remember some hotkeys, you don't have much going on, then yeah, you probably don't need this. You can probably just use your keyboard. All right, but you know, also if you're a person that doesn't really, you know, have a bunch of bookmarks or you know, you don't need a bunch of hotkeys, but you're creative and you love smart home integrations and you love the convenience of things, because you can make this very convenient. There's different plugins that you can download, and you can do a lot of different things with these small buttons here. This may be useful to you as well. If you think this may be useful to you based on what you've seen in this video, then go ahead and buy this and program it. You know, I'm sure you will not be disappointed. You know, it's a great device. It can be very sophisticated depending on how you make it, and it can also be extremely simple. All right, so it's both. It's kind of, you can make it complex or you can make it very simple. All right, so but this is the Stream Deck, guys. It's a great device. I believe I bought it for, I'll put the price down below if I got it wrong. I believe I bought it for $109, maybe a little bit more. I'll put the exact price down there for what I bought this. But for that amount of money, $109 or $119, it's kind of a, if you really need this, it's kind of a no-brainer. And if you don't really need it, you know, it's something that can be, it can be kind of fun for your desk, and you can, you know, probably make your entire office like a shortcut with the things that you can do, you know, turning on and off lights, opening and closing your blinds, turning your TV off, has like a Roku plug-in integration. So you can do a lot, and it can be kind of fun. It can be very futuristic. All right, but I'll leave that up to your imagination. All right, but that's all I have, guys. I'll catch you guys on the next video, but until then, y'all have a great day out there.